guys, what's up? So today we are going to do setting up of business entities amendments. Are there amendments? The answer is if you look at supplement, they have given a 17-pager amendment. That's the total amendments. But trust me, there are no much amendments because it's a consolidated amendment sheet. That's the what do you mean by consolidated amendment sheet? They have captured amendments from 2023. As I always say, before you go for any exam, any attempt, make sure you watch at least 2 supplements and go. Now, for example, if you're going for say June 2025 attempt, watch December as well as June. If you do that, that will be covering maximum amendments. So in this, are there amendments? The answer is okay, not much, but whatever is there, we'll see and go. So see, whichever is done after June 2024 is the amendment that we are going to cover in this, because now this will be covered in June 20. I'm saying it will be covered in when December 2023 attempt only we would have covered this. So age old, we'll not be doing it again. It's an old one. So like this, we'll not be doing this. See, it's done. It's an old amendment. That's what I said. That's why it's looking 17 sheets, or else nothing is there. I'll tell you where it is there. You concentrate on that. July 16, 2024, applicable for us. Now, what does that see? Nothing but people, whenever you want to launch a company, now imagine if I want to go for a private company, I have to mandatorily include the word private limited in my name. If it's a public company, mandatory to put limited. If it's a OPC, mandatory to put OPC private limited. If it's a Nidhi company, it's mandatory to put Nidhi limited. Now that is not required. That is omitted. So the mandatory usage of the words Nidhi limited is no longer required. If you want, you can use. It's no longer mandatory. It is optional, discretionary. That's the amendment. Clear? Sir, if I want to use the word Nidhi limited, can I use to use people? Now you need CG approval. So only those, a company shall not use the word Nidhi limited in its name unless it is declared as such under subsection 1 of section 406 of the act by central government. So now what is that? 2 amendments are there. One, Nidhi limited is optional, but if you want to use, not everyone can use. Only after taking CG approval, you can use the word Nidhi limited in your name. Simple, done. Next one, companies, amendment August 12, 2024, applicable for us. Now, what is this, sir? To understand this, okay, understand this way. Earlier, people, what used to happen, if you start a company in India, you need to file your SPICE form, name application and all we used to file earlier. Now, we used to file all of this with a person called as ROC. Now it seems ROC is becoming busy day by day. The number of work ROC is handling is so high that ROC does not have time for anything else. So the time taken is reducing. So with that intention, what did they do? Central government started one more department called as Central Registration Center. And whatever are the work that ROC has to do, they have delegated it to CRC. So they've started a wing called as CRC, Central Registration Center. Now some duties like name approval, incorporation details, all of this has been delegated to CRC by ROC. If you look at the signature and all of that, it will be ROC only. But the work has been delegated to CRC. CRC is going to work on all of that. Now same thing people today, if a foreign company is coming to India, a company which is established outside India and has a place of business in India, whenever you come to India, you need to intimate to ROC, no, inform FC1 within 30 days. We used to intimate ROC, sir, we have come to India. Now they are telling, don't intimate to ROC. Same thing, the work has been delegated now to CRC. Whatever we have done to normal companies, same has been followed even to foreign company as well. So you're still intimating within 30 days of coming to India, starting your operations in India, you're still intimating. But you're intimating it to a person called as CRC, Central Registration Center. Clear? Simple? That's the amendment. A foreign company within a period of 30 days of establishment of its place of business shall now file with the registrar of CRC form FC1, same thing, nothing else will change. Is this clear? Done. September 20, applicable for us, there is something called as 9(9)B. This was there in the previous thing also. Now what is that? See, remember, there is something called as Rule 9 of Companies, Prospectus and Allotment of Securities Rules 2014. There was a rule. As per Rule 9, what did it say? Every company that is going for an IPO, you need to mandatorily do your IPO in demat format. That is what Rule 9 said. Next they introduced 9A. Same thing. Whenever a public company is issuing any securities to any person, I'm not saying IPO, a public company which is unlisted, if they are doing any issue, then it has to be mandatorily in demat format. Now they introduced one more rule called 9B. This is for private companies. If they are issuing any issue, it need not be public issue. It can be private placement also. It should be mandatorily in demat format. One exception is small company. For small company, it can still continue in physical shares. They need not have to dematerialize their shares. Physically only they can continue. Next one, sir. There was a company called as producer company. Basically into agricultural producers, as the case may be. For them, they have given 5 years time to convert into demat form. That's the amendment. So the producer companies that are private in nature, now they can take up to 5 years to convert their existing securities into demat form. They have given 5 years time from this notification. Simple. That's the amendment. That's 9B. Clear? Done. 2023 not applicable for us. 2023 not applicable for us. 23 done. Not applicable. 7 May 2024. So we would have covered this in when? We would have covered this in December 2024 amendment. So watch that. September 2024 applicable for us. Now what is that? Section 233 to 234, 233 and 234. Technically they have given it here, people. It is not applicable here. It is applicable in company law. So what is this amendment, sir? Nothing but, people, we used to have something called as fast track mergers. If you read 233 and 234, we read something called as about fast track mergers. Now what is that? What is fast track mergers? Whenever a holding company and whenever a wholly owned subsidiary of a holding company, if I have to give you an example, Tata Motors and a wholly owned subsidiary, let us imagine Jaguar. Now, if at all they want to merge and if they want to become one company, not two entities, they want to become one, can they do it? Yes. They do not come under regular merger, they will come under fast track merger. Because it's a holding and it's a wholly owned subsidiary. Now, what is the amendment here, sir? Nothing but, if at all there is a holding company and wholly owned subsidiary, which is one company is in India, one company is outside India, just following section 233 is not sufficient. You need to make sure, you need to follow section 234 also. That is nothing but you need to take RBI approval. Is the amendment relevant here? I would say 99% it is not relevant. Then where is it relevant? It is relevant in Companies Act because you have this chapter there. Clear? Yes, that is what is the amendment. Clear? See, both the companies shall obtain prior approval of RBI. The transferee Indian company shall comply with the provisions of section 233. Application shall be made with a transferee Indian company to central government under section 233 of the Act and shall apply to such application, and the declaration referred to shall be made at the stage of making application. Nothing but I need to apply to who both the companies have to take RBI approval, and whichever is the Indian company, they will follow with the complete procedures, because we have to catch hold of Indian company only, no? Yes or no? That's the amendment. And what else? Udyam assist and all this we have seen, it's not even an amendment. This case law also we have seen. In the previous amendment only we have seen this. Revise the limits. Oh, these are all very old amendments, people. We need not see 2020. It's all old amendments. We have seen all of this. July 1st, 2024 applicable for us. Now what is that, sir? In simple I'll tell you. What is this? Okay. In our chapters, people, we had something called as ESDP scheme. You remember, Entrepreneurship Skill Development Program scheme. So what is the amendment here, people? It's nothing but if a person has to be eligible for ESDP scheme, then they are telling you the amendment is very simple. A person eligible for ESDP scheme, he needs to make sure he gets a Aadhaar authentication done. Meaning you need to have an Aadhaar card and you need to get your authentication done. OTP or your Aadhaar number you have to give. Only then you will be eligible to participate in ESDP scheme. That's the amendment they have introduced. That is what it is. See, an individual eligible for receiving the benefits under ESDP scheme hereby be required to furnish proof of possession of Aadhaar number or undergo Aadhaar authentication. Any individual desirous of availing benefits under the scheme who does not have an Aadhaar or has not yet enrolled, then shall be required to make an application for Aadhaar, and then you need to go for this. Meaning what? It is not optional. If you want these benefits, you have to apply for Aadhaar and then get Aadhaar, and then you can come and apply for the scheme. Importance of amendment, I would say 15 to 20%. That's all. Okay. Will they ask? I don't think so. The implementing agency shall offer Aadhaar enrollment facility for the beneficiaries who are not yet enrolled for Aadhaar. In case there is no Aadhaar enrollment center located in the respective block or taluk or tehsil, the implementing agency shall provide Aadhaar enrollment facility at convenient locations in coordination. Meaning what, sir? Wherever you are applying, if at all it is not there, then they're telling you, the centers only will tell you, we will help you to get your Aadhaar numbers. They will coordinate, they will support you to get your Aadhaar numbers. So in short, what is the summary of this? Aadhaar is mandatory. If not, apply for one. That's all. Next one, sir. 15 July applicable MSME. What is this, sir? Whatever is a form MSME 1. What is MSME? This form 1 and all, people. Simple. Let us imagine there are two companies. One is MSME and there is one more, a big company. Let us imagine ABC Limited, a big company. For ABC Limited, MSME company supplies raw materials. Now ABC Limited company has to make the payment for taking the raw materials. Earlier what used to happen, the big enterprises never used to make the money on time because there used to be credit periods. Few companies used to follow 6 months, 9 months, 1 year and some other timelines. Now what used to happen, it is a micro or small or medium enterprise, which is a small one in nature. The money is getting stuck. Now because of such working capital inefficiencies, the companies used to eventually liquidate, wind up, because money is getting stuck. So central government, to address this issue, they brought a form called as MSME 1. Now what is that? Any company, now ABC company, if at all they need to make a payment to any MSME, and if the payment is outstanding for beyond 45 days, if it is outstanding for beyond 45 days, then ABC Limited has to file a form called as MSME 1, disclosing all the details, why the payment is not made, to whom should the payment be made. Now why was this amendment brought in? To bring in the accountability, so that these companies are accountable for what they are doing. They should also know. Now when someone is watching you, you know that you need to file this form. You will also feel, hey, why to get into bad books with government. So with that intention, this form was introduced. This form is called as MSME 1. Is this clear? Any doubts? That is this MSME 1 for more than 45 days. Clear? Done. Okay, they have introduced one more thing called 7th November. Applicable for us. They have introduced something called as treads. What is that? We'll see. Okay, they have introduced something is called as people treads. Now, what does this try to understand? Now, we just saw those 45 days ka MSME. Let us take the same MSME which has supplied raw materials to a company. The company is giving reasons in just yes, sir. Now, what is this treads? Now that MSME had to receive the money, Now, let us imagine the company did not make the payment. Now, don't you think for MSME, you're filing a form, MSME 1, central government is watching, everything is correct. But if the company has not made the payment, everything is taken care, money is not received, no? Now, to address that, what did they do? They introduced a mechanism called as TREADS mechanism. Now, what do you mean by TREADS, people? TREADS stands for Trade Receivables Discounting System Platforms. What is this? Nothing but, people, you guys would have heard of something called as discounting of bills. Now, what will this MSME do? MSME has to receive money from this public company. They will take that invoice, they will go and upload it on a platform. There will be various companies who will pay the money to this MSME upfront. And after that 45 days or 30 days or 50 days, whatever is the credit period that the company will pay, this company will go and collect the money from that ABC company. So how is MSME benefited? They are benefited with liquidity. Money is not getting stuck. Of course, the mediator company will charge a little commission for giving this facility. Now, what is the amendment here? Amendment is, people, see here. All companies registered under Companies Act with a turnover of more than rupees 250 crore and all central public sector enterprises shall be required to get themselves onboarded on this trade receivables discounting system platforms set up as per the notification of RBI. What is RBI telling? Now, I'm telling you, MSME, you go to this platform, you upload your invoice, some company will make you the payment. Now, which company will make the payment? RBI is telling there will be banks. In addition to banks, they're telling you any company having a turnover of more than 250 crores and all the central public sector enterprises, meaning this ONGC or your GAIL, all these are central public sector enterprises. All these people also should mandatorily register on this platform. So today MSME will come and upload an invoice. These people will have to give the facility of discounting of the bill. That's the amendment. So this is an onboarding process, meaning what? This company is about 250 crore and central public sector enterprises. They have to come and onboard on that platform, on the TREADS platform by 31st March 2025, which the time is done. That's the amendment. Is this clear? Yes, sir. Okay. So one more case law connected to this only. So who made this mandatory? RBI. So the question is, if RBI comes and says that such things have to be followed, is it mandatory to be followed? In this case, it was held yes. Whatever are the amendments that RBI makes, it is not recommendatory in nature, it is always mandatory in nature. If RBI is coming and telling something, it is your duty to follow. It is mandatory, is what was held in this particular case law. So you see, it's mandates a statutory comprehensive. It is mandatory. It is binding. Basically on banks though it is more. Correct? Huh? Banks cannot say we will not do all of this discounting and all. It is our wish. You cannot say all of that. You have to follow if RBI is telling you to follow. Simple. That is this case law. In this case, they have said that. 2023, not important for us. August 25, 2024. Now, what is this? Okay. Now, people, again, miscellaneous, not important. What is the meaning of miscellaneous? It doesn't come under any chapter. But still in Companies Act, there has been a change. Now, what is that, people? See, whenever someone has done any non-compliance, ROC or RD, they will issue some penalty to a company, or they will tell you have done this non-compliance, you please come to us. We are requesting you to come and be present in front of the court. We will send you a notice. Now the question was, people, let us imagine there is a complete adjudication that take place. What do you mean by adjudication? Nothing but like a court proceedings. We call it as adjudication. How this adjudication used to take place? This used to be physical in nature. Physical means what, people? You had to physically go, witness, documents, evidences. Everything was physical. Today, MCA has introduced a new thing called as e-adjudication. Now, what do you mean by e-adjudication? They want to go away with the physical mode. They are planning to get into electronic mode. Now, what is electronic mode? Today, hearing, notices, evidence submission, witness interrogation, everything they want to do it online. Is it planning a sir? Illa started. So today, everything is with regards to electronic. That is what is called as e-adjudication. Any doubts here? Pakka. So that is what is the amendment. Next one, sir. How will we call the person? First, people, we will try to send him an email. If at all we have his email ID. If email ID is not there, we will send a post to the last known address of that person. Sir, what if we don't know his address? Then on MCA portal, we have this e-adjudication platform. There only we will publish the notice. If this is not there, then this is the only way. This is what is called e-adjudication. Important, sir? Absolutely no. That's all. That's the amendment. That's all, people. You're setting up a business entities amendments. Nothing is there. Absolutely go chillax. Don't worry at all. I hope your revisions and all are going good. Make sure you give your best. All the very best for your exams. Do well. Do not get tensed. Take it one at a time. Feel free. Let me know if any troubles. Do reach out if there is anything. Yep. Whether you have a good result or bad result, do not forget to reach out. There will always be one person waiting for your result. Yes. Thank you so much. See you all. Bye-bye.